All right, yeah. Let's get into these questions for the week. First one says, "What up, David? Congrats on the successful launch of the podcast. I appreciate being schooled on Tesla too, and have since gone down that rabbit hole. It was impressive to listen to you talk about lyric writing and drum recording in episode 1 as well. I'm always fascinated by different bands' writing processes. Can you talk about the band's process in writing a complete song, specifically guitar parts? Is there a lot of collaboration, or is it more a solo venture? Do you come to the table with a complete song typically, or a riff? Thanks for your time. Keep up the good work." Well, thanks for writing in, and I'm really glad that you are digging the show so far. There's kind of a lot to unpack here, but let's see. Could you talk about the process in writing a complete song, specifically guitar parts? Well, a lot like I discussed in the last episode with lyrics, for guitar, I'll kind of do the same thing. I've got like a riff pile. Some of them are recorded as videos on my phone or audio messages that I saved on my phone. Some of them are in my computer in Pro Tools. And I just have like a riff arsenal. And Reese does the same thing. We just kind of record riffs as they come, and eventually we've got some things to reference. What I did on our last record that really helped a lot is when I would save the riff file and add it to the riff pile folder, I named it with like the BPM first, so like 165 beats per minute, and then the key that it was in, and then the name of the riff, like, 165 E Evil Gallop or whatever, and just give it a name for whatever fits that riff. But that was very, very helpful when it was time to put some songs together. I would go and visit my riff library, and I'd see like, oh, cool, I've got like 4 different riffs that are all right around 200 BPM. Maybe some of those will go together. And I would, try to work on some pairings of some of those. And every once in a while, it just works. You pair together a couple of riffs, and you've already got a big chunk of the song like kind of coming together. And sometimes I'll write an entire song. Sometimes Reese will write an entire song. And quite often we do put our riffs together to make a whole song. But yeah, there's been plenty of times where I just have brought a complete song to the table. But more often, especially in the last couple records, it's been where I've got some ideas. I bring them to everybody else. We throw one of Reese's riffs in there too, and then we kind of start collaborating on how the drums and bass and the guitar harmonies and things like that work out. But, it can be done either way. The good results have come from both ways, but typically I think it's a good idea to stockpile riffs. Just have like a riff library that you've made. My tip for you is saving the file names with the BPM, the key, and then the name of the riff. That could come in handy big time when it's time to start slapping riffs together to make a song. Hey everybody, thanks a lot for checking this out. Make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. If you want to support the podcast, you can always go to riffsordie.com and pick up some merch. You can also go to patreon.com/riffsordie and subscribe to become a patron. Feel free to shoot me an email at podcast@riffsordie.com. All questions and comments are welcome. Thanks a lot for your support. Take care, everybody.